The first approach to the timpani can be played during the same time while students are working on snare drum and on marimba, because they're going to utilize the same grip, at least to start off with, as they're already used to. They're going to use match grip. But when you're working with the timpani, with the timp, the match grip is actually called German grip. So we have our sticks looking exactly the same as each other. The other style of grip that I work with a lot is called French grip. You're taking your grip and you're rotating it so your thumbs are up on top. Instead of having our stroke be like this, our stroke is up and down like this. So now, before we get more into the strokes of the timp, we need to figure out the good placement of the hitting spot on the timp. There's different spots where we can hit on the drum. Some spots will ring more than the others. Very middle of the drum is called the node. So everyone would say no to the node. Stay away from the nodal spot in most time when you're playing timpani or even with marimba, unless it actually calls for it, because it's going to be more of a lack of sound. So the place where that you want to hear the most sound is going to be closer to the bottom part of the timpani. In order for the student can visualize this a little bit more, place the mallets out onto the timpani head and separate it from the tension rods on top of the timp. Place it in between, kind of like between two of these tension rods. And then you have kind of nice little slice of pie, pizza pie. Then what you want to think of, this is kind of going to be our playing area surface in here. And now imagine a nice 3-inch piece of crust on that piece of pizza, or you can think of it like a nice little banana. So you can think of this as being the pie and the banana, or pizza pie. Whatever you like. I like them both. Bananas are fun too. But this is the spot along where I like to play on the timpani. It's 3 inches from the edge of the drum. Because that's where the sound, I feel, is going to produce the best quality sound. So now the next thing that we need to work on, we've figured out where we're going to play on this drum. There's a couple of approaches that we can think of with in terms of single strokes and then with rolling. With single strokes, we're going to start off first by playing with match grip. We're going to think about trying to get the best sound out of the drum. Have the student start off by hitting the drum and letting it kind of bounce back in their hand. They're still hanging on to it, but let it bounce a little bit. Because the head is going to achieve all that for us. We're going to eventually get a nice legato sound. If we're working with legato sound using French grip, we turn it this way, and we have our motion going a little bit different. French grip is interesting. The other place that we use French grip on is if we're playing ride cymbal on a drum set. We have that thumb on top of the stick. Another way to work on this is you take a door handle, stand onto the side of the door, say like this is a door, we have a handle right here. Have the student hold on to the door handle. Just have them turn the handle. And that's going to be our new stroke. But until the student is really going to be comfortable with their match grip on all the other percussion instruments, just go ahead and have them play match grip or German grip over here. But if you feel that the student can work on a new grip, go ahead and start working on this other style as well, because we can really achieve some really nice sounds, I feel, using the French grip as well. And this way, we can still use that same legato stroke on French grip and just throw the mallet in and let it pop back into your hand here. Let's get a nice sound. Then we'll keep our thumb up on top of it so it doesn't fall all the way back, so we can actually gain some control off our mallet. For single strokes on the timp, I like to play fairly close to the same spot, just like on timpani or on snare drum. Here it is for German grip. If I'm playing a roll, we want to have, instead of playing the same spot, rolls can be thought of more on this outer edge of our pizza pie. So maybe out along where our tension rods are. And rolls are going to be thought of as single stroke rolls. Not the multiple bounce rolls like we're working on with snare drum. If we play multiple bounce rolls on top of this timpani, it's kind of stifling the sound. It's not letting the drum ring out. Because you can hear how much sound we can create just by one hit. So if we play single stroke rolls, we can let the drum do all the work for us.